Are you paying a secret price for your favorite evening snack? We're talking about that moment, 2 o'clock in the morning. You've been woken up for the second, maybe third time. You're exhausted. You're frustrated. You feel like your body has betrayed you. You think it's just old age, or maybe that extra cup of water. But what if the real culprit is something smaller? Something you actually believe is healthy. For millions of seniors, retirees, and anyone over the age of 55 in the US, the peaceful promise of a full night's sleep is being shattered by one seemingly innocent habit, the handful of nuts consumed after dinner. It sounds absurd, right? How can something so small, so often praised as brain food, be the secret enemy of your deepest rest? But I'm here to tell you, some nuts are the ultimate sleep saboteurs, quietly forcing your bladder to wake you up, while others are powerful allies that can instantly calm your system. In this definitive guide, we're peeling back the layers on the nighttime bladder crisis. We'll reveal the 5 unexpected nuts you must remove from your evening routine, and the 5 science-backed alternatives that can finally give you the uninterrupted, deep, and truly restorative sleep you deserve. Stick with us until the end, because the lifestyle shift we share last is the one that changed everything for our senior health panel. This isn't just about a broken sleep cycle. It's about energy, mood, and enjoying your golden years. Think about it. Waking up multiple times ruins your deep, restorative REM sleep. That means you wake up tired, your memory is foggier, and your patience is thinner. It impacts every single hour of your day, all because of an interruption that lasts just a few minutes. The frustration is real. You try to manage it, cutting back on water, making sure you go right before bed, but nothing seems to work. That's because you're fighting a biological war with the wrong weapons. The enemy isn't the water. It's the food that's forcing the water out and irritating the control center. We're going to dive into the science of why this happens. But I want you to start by identifying your own 2 a.m. crisis. What did you eat late last night? Did you grab that handful of salted party mix? Did you finish a bowl of cashews while watching television? If so, you already have your first clue. Let's reclaim your nights, starting now. You're not weak, and it's not simply an age problem. It's a physiological shift that we need to understand and respect. This knowledge is your power. The hormonal shift, the great vasopressin, decline. As we gracefully move into our later decades, a crucial neurohormone called vasopressin, or antidiuretic hormone, ADH, starts to decline. In your younger years, ADH was your body's trusty night guard. It told your kidneys to slow down water production so your bladder could relax and you could sleep. After 55, that night guard takes a mandatory break. It's not performing its duties efficiently, and the consequences are immediate. Kidney overtime. Lower ADH means your kidneys keep producing urine at a steady rate throughout the night, the exact opposite of what you need for sustained sleep. Increased output. This results in a condition called nocturnal polyuria, meaning you simply produce too much urine at night. Imagine a small dam that is designed to hold back water, but the mechanism to slow the flow is broken. The water has to go somewhere, and that's your bladder. The sensitive bladder, the urgency signal. At the same time, the nerves that surround the bladder become hypersensitive. Low capacity alarms. Your bladder may not be full. Maybe it's only half full, but the sensitive nerves read even a small volume as a major crisis, sending an urgent wake-up signal to your brain. It's like a smoke alarm with a loose wire, constantly going off at the slightest hint of smoke. Irritant reaction. Certain compounds in food, like acid, spice, or too much sodium, act as powerful bladder irritants, making those sensitive nerves fire off warnings even more easily. These irritants are what we need to eliminate from the late night hours. This combination of producing too much urine and having an overly sensitive container is the perfect storm for multiple nighttime awakenings. Knowing this, we can stop fighting the wake-up call and instead address the root cause, the diet that is forcing your bladder to wake up. Now, let's see how your evening snack plays a starring role in this drama. Pay close attention, because your favorite food might be the one doing the most damage. These 5 nuts and seeds are your personal sleep support squad. They work by delivering relaxing minerals, balancing hormones, or simply being light enough to pass through your digestive system without causing irritation or fluid retention. Timing is key. Aim for these between 4 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. This window ensures maximum absorption and minimal evening digestion burden. 1. Almonds. The magnesium. Master. Almonds are not just a snack. They are a nightly muscle relaxant for your entire system, especially your bladder. Magnesium power. They are one of the best sources of magnesium, a mineral absolutely essential for regulating muscle and nerve function. When your bladder muscles and surrounding nerves are relaxed, they are less likely to spasm or send those irritating urgency signals at 2 a.m. Magnesium supplementation is often recommended for those with overactive bladder symptoms, and almonds provide a natural, food-based source. Hormonal support. Almonds also provide a gentle source of melatonin and healthy, monounsaturated fats, supporting your body's natural sleep-wake cycle without adding inflammatory load. This dual action, relaxing muscles and encouraging sleep hormones, makes them a premier nighttime ally. How to use them. Soak 5 to 7 almonds overnight and eat them peeled. Soaking makes them gentler on your digestion by neutralizing enzyme inhibitors, and peeling removes any compounds that can be harder to digest for sensitive systems. The key: never eat cold almonds straight from the fridge. Warm them up or let them reach room temperature to aid digestion. 2. Fox nuts. Macana. The weightless wonder. Fox nuts, or water lily seeds, are an absolute game changer for nighttime snacking. They are everything the bad nuts are not. They are the definition of gentle nutrition, non-diuretic. Crucially, they do not act as a diuretic, meaning they won't force your kidneys to work harder right before bed. They are neutral in terms of fluid balance, allowing your body's natural ADH function, however diminished, to do its job. Light and easy, they are incredibly low in fat and sodium, making them one of the easiest snacks to digest. This avoids the abdominal pressure, bloating, and subsequent bladder irritation caused by heavier, oily nuts. You get a satisfying crunch and warmth without the digestive baggage. How to use them. Lightly roast them in a teaspoon of heart-healthy olive oil or bake them plain. A small bowl around 6 p.m. is the ideal, non-disruptive, satisfying crunch that sets you up for rest. Avoid any commercially flavored or heavily salted versions. 3. Pistachios. The potassium calmer. Pistachios are a treasure trove of nutrients, but their secret weapon for bladder health is potassium. Smooth muscle relaxation. Potassium is a vital electrolyte that helps regulate the smooth muscles in your body, including those of the urinary tract and the bladder wall. This relaxation helps your system operate smoothly, preventing those twitchy, false urgency alarms that wake you up. Anti-inflammatory. They contain beneficial compounds that offer mild anti-inflammatory support. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is often a factor in overactive bladder symptoms, so a natural, gentle, anti-inflammatory food is highly beneficial. How to use them? Consume only a small handful, about 1 ounce, and ensure they are 100% unsalted and unseasoned. Remember, salt cancels out all the potassium and calming benefits by encouraging thirst and fluid retention. The plain, natural pistachio is your friend. 4. Ground flax seeds, the hormone helper, tiny in size, mighty in effect. Flax seeds are not a snack you eat by the handful, but a powerful supplement to integrate into your early evening routine. Omega-3 anti-inflammation. They are one of the richest plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids. These fatty acids are well known to significantly reduce inflammation, a key factor in an overactive bladder and joint discomfort that can disrupt sleep. Gentle regulation. While high in fiber, when ground and combined with liquid, they regulate digestive flow. Avoiding constipation is vital, as a full bowel can physically press on and irritate the bladder, triggering that false urgency. The regulation of blood sugar offered by the fiber also prevents restless, hunger-based wake-ups. How to use them? Mix 1 teaspoon of pre-ground flax seeds into a glass of warm almond milk, or sprinkle over an early, light dinner, like soup or a small portion of oatmeal, around 5:30 p.m. 5. Sesame seeds, the digestive soother. Often consumed as a paste, sesame seeds offer a warm, grounding support system for your body, ensuring the digestive system is not stressed before bed. Nerve support. They're high in calcium and healthy unsaturated fats, both of which support healthy nerve signaling. A healthy nerve system means less erratic urgency, communication from the bladder, and a calmer transition into sleep. Digestive ease. They are gentle on the stomach. When consumed in a moderate amount, they help ensure that your digestive tract remains calm and doesn't put unnecessary stress or physical pressure on the nearby urinary organs. How to use them? A teaspoon of tahini mixed with a small amount of honey or maple syrup, controlling the sugar intake, or blended into a light dinner sauce before 7 p.m. This provides rich flavor and digestive comfort without the bulk of heavy nuts. These nuts are fantastic for your brain and heart health during the day, but when consumed after 4 p.m., they become direct threats to your sleep. It's all about timing and content. They might be labeled healthy, but late in the day, they are actively working against your rest. 1. Salted mixed nuts. The thirst trap of doom. This is the #1 culprit, responsible for more 2 a.m. wake-ups than any other snack. A simple blend of peanuts, cashews, and pecans, often coated in excessive salt, creates the perfect storm for a fragmented night. The salt effect, high sodium, forces your kidneys to retain water during the day, and then, in the evening, it spikes your thirst. You drink more water to compensate for the salt, and that fluid has nowhere to go but to your bladder, which then wakes you up. This is a simple, direct path to nocturia. Hormone disruption. Excess salt can directly interfere with the residual vasopressin production, meaning your body is actively fighting its own sleep mechanism. You are essentially pouring gasoline on the fire of nocturnal polyuria. The fix. Eliminate all commercially salted mixed nuts after 4 p.m. The risk is simply too high. 2. Peanuts. The oil and heat. Overload peanuts, despite their affordability and popularity, are naturally very high in oil. This high oil content makes them heavy and slow for an aging digestive system to break down after sunset, where metabolic rate naturally dips. Digestive burden. This slow digestion leads to bloating and gas. That built-up gas creates intense physical pressure on the lower abdomen and stomach. Physical pressure. Your bladder is a low-pressure organ. The physical pressure from gas and a heavy, slow-moving meal can easily trigger the bladder's sensitive nerves, making you feel the urgent need to urinate even if the bladder isn't actually full. It's a false alarm caused by mechanical interference. The fix. Switch the peanut crunch for the lighter, non-oily crunch of fox nuts, macana, or a small piece of ripe cantaloupe. 3. Cashews, the oxalate and fat shock. Cashews are deliciously rich, but their creaminess comes from a high fat content that is difficult to process late at night. They also contain specific compounds that are known bladder irritants. Oxalate content. Cashews are higher in oxalates, natural compounds that can irritate the sensitive bladder lining, particularly in individuals who are already prone to overactive bladder symptoms. This irritation causes the bladder to spasm, leading to urgency. Nighttime fat challenge. Any high-fat food consumed close to bedtime forces your digestive system to divert significant energy to breaking down the fat. This diversion keeps your core body temperature and metabolic rate slightly elevated, disrupting the natural shutdown process your body needs for deep sleep. The fix. Enjoy cashews strictly before lunch. Switch to the lean, magnesium-rich, and non-irritating almond for the late afternoon. 4. Walnuts. Melatonin twist and gas risk. Walnuts are often praised for containing melatonin, but for evening bladder health, this benefit is completely overshadowed by their digestive drawbacks. Gas producer. Walnuts are one of the top gas-producing foods for many older adults due to complex sugars and fiber that are challenging to break down without strong digestive enzymes. Bladder effect. The resulting gas buildup leads to abdominal distension, which physically presses on the bladder. This is not a chemical irritation, it is a mechanical issue. You will feel the urge to urinate simply because the bladder is being squeezed by internal gas, not because it is full. The fix. Walnuts are best consumed as a morning brain booster when your digestive function is strongest. Avoid them completely after 4 p.m. 5. Chia seeds. The expansion phenomenon. Chia seeds are fiber champions, but this strength is their weakness when consumed in the late afternoon, creating a physical problem for the bladder. The sponge effect. Chia seeds are famous for their ability to absorb up to 12 times their weight in water. If you consume a chia seed drink or pudding after 4 p.m., that volume will expand significantly in your digestive tract. The bladder squeeze. This expanding bulk creates a huge amount of internal pressure on the surrounding organs, leading to a direct squeeze on the bladder. This is a guaranteed way to send urgent signals to your brain regardless of your actual fluid intake. Furthermore, the high dense fiber can be hard to pass and cause late night cramping. The fix. Limit your chia seed consumption to breakfast or lunch. For evening fiber, rely on the gentler, pre-ground flax seeds. The true victory over the 2 a.m. crisis is achieved not just by avoiding bad snacks, but by embracing a holistic evening protocol. These 3 rules are non-negotiable for lasting deep sleep. Incorporate them tonight. Rule number 1, the absolute 7 p.m. dinner deadline. This is the single most impactful lifestyle change you can make. It's non-negotiable. The digest and rest principle. Your body needs at least 3 hours to process the majority of your dinner before you lie down. A heavy meal at 8 p.m. means your body is still actively digesting at 11 p.m., keeping your system alert, increasing internal heat, and putting maximum pressure on your bladder. Target 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. at the very latest. Avoid water-rich foods. After 6 p.m., avoid large quantities of foods with high water content, such as raw cucumbers, watery tomatoes, thin soups, or large salads. They are healthy during the day, but at night, they increase the total fluid load your kidneys have to manage, directly contributing to nocturnal polyuria. Rule number 2. The 8 p.m. fluid. Stop hydration is vital during the day, but the timing of that fluid is critical to your sleep architecture. The final sip. Stop consuming large volumes of liquid, including water, tea, or milk after 8 p.m. Set a strict, firm boundary. If your mouth is dry, take small sips. We've walked through the science and the subtle shifts. We've unmasked the common food enemies and armed you with powerful, delicious allies. Your body is not breaking down. It is simply whispering its needs, and you now know exactly how to listen. And one of those loudest whispers came at 2 a.m. when you were lying in bed, desperate for rest. You deserve better than a fragmented, exhausting night. By simply shifting the what and the when of your evening snack, you move from fighting your body to working with its natural, aging rhythm. This small act of awareness is not just about better sleep. It is about reclaiming your energy, your mood, and your independence. Imagine this. Tonight, you make a conscious choice. You swap the salted, oily culprit for the gentle, magnesium-rich almond. You commit to your 7 p.m. dinner deadline, and for the first time in months, you open your eyes in the morning, not at 2 a.m. or 4 a.m., but with the natural sunrise. You feel rested. You feel ready. You feel free. This is the beautiful, non-medicinal power of mindful nutrition. This isn't theory. This is a blueprint based on simple human physiology. The change is immediate, and the result is cumulative. A full night's sleep doesn't just rest your body, it restores your mind, sharpens your focus, and makes you feel 20 years younger. If this guide has armed you with the information you needed to finally win the night, I urge you to take action. Try just one of these changes tonight